Before we jump into today's video, I want to give a quick shout out to our channel sponsor, Many Realms. If you're looking for Magic the Gathering and Magic the Gathering related supplies, be sure to check out ManyRealms.com. I'll post a link to their website in the video description, so be sure to go check them out. What is up, everyone? How's everyone doing out there today? Welcome back to Wildcat MTG, and today I am going to dip into a little Modern Horizons 3 play booster box for myself. Primarily, I still need to add as many allied fetches as I can for myself. I am hoping for an Ocelot Pride, a Tameo, lots of really cool rares, and actually still need some of the uncommons as well. So, in short, I think there's a lot of cool stuff in this set, and yeah, we're gonna hopefully we see some of that today. So, with that being said, why don't we go ahead and dive on in and let's crack some packs. As of the filming of this video, the play booster boxes of MH3 are sitting about $225, which is, I think, not terrible. These play booster boxes, remember, you get the full complement of 36 packs. It's before they lower the play boosters down to 30. So there is that. And honestly, I mean, going back to MH2, we're used to seeing draft boxes that were like 210, 215. And then we were used to seeing the set boxes at one point that got up to what, like 275 at one point. So I think as play booster boxes for MH3 at like, again, like 225, I actually think that's pretty reasonable. All right, here we go. Oh, foil mythic up top. Is that what that is? That's Oma. Oh, all right. I will say that I'll go on a little mini rant here. Please stop including commander cards in play booster boxes. Like, commander specifically has an ability that says blah, blah, blah command zone. Like, can we just not do that? All right, well, that was fun for the moment. Sure. Foil mythic, why not? Monumental Henge. And, whoa, a little special guest there. Subtlety. I was like, wait a minute, what are you doing there? All right. Well, I will definitely take that. Special guest Subtlety is not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, that's a decent first start. Not really, well, got our pile straight here. There's nothing in the, like, super special in the commons. Uncommons wise, though, Sink and a Stupor still like $7. Consign to Memory, like, still like 3 to 4. Witch Enchanter's like 4. Fell the Profane is like, like 5. So there's a lot of really good uncommons in this set. All right. Malevolent Rumble. That actually probably is the most expensive or valuable common. It's like 50 cents. I don't know. Emperor of Bones. I think Emperor of Bones is around $3+. We'll put it up top. Buried Alive. Love me some Buried Alive. Okay. As I mentioned, I'm still looking to get more allied fetch lands. Many of you were around for me opening a ton of MH2, so I have the enemy fetch lands. I need more allied fetch lands. All right. Foil Island. Gift of Viper. Rare. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. I will take that. Polluted Delta is still the most valuable of the allied fetches right now. I think this is sitting at like 15 for a base copy. Right behind it, I think, is Bloodstained Mire, which is like 14. Heath is at the bottom, like 7 or 8, so the other two are kind of in the middle there, but that is a very good pull for us. Absolutely, we'll take that. Nesting Grounds. Hey, Witch Enchanter. Sweet. Urza's Cave. Urza's Cave is also like $2 to $3. Just for the heck of it. I'm going to see how many of these uncommons we get in this box between the Sink into Stupor, Consign to Memory, Witch Enchanter, etc., etc. All right. Would not mind seeing another Phyrexian Tower. Would not mind seeing a Ugin's Labyrinth, Wrath of the Skies. It's a solid rare, like a buck or two. But it's fine. Medallions. Medallions kind of ticking their way back up. I think the Jet and the Ruby are probably like $6 to $7 now, which is pretty good. All the medallions really dipped after getting a Commander Masters reprint and then a reprint in MH3. You saw a lot of them dip into like the $2 to $3 range. Now I believe Sapphire, Jet, and Ruby are back above, like I said, Jet and Ruby, I think, are like 6 to 7, and then Sapphire is probably like 4 to 5. Emerald and Pearl still down there, though. All right, here we go. Roshin Roaring Prophet as a retro frame. Not what I wanted to see for my retro frame rare, but all right. Eldrazi Linebreaker. And that will do it there. As I mentioned, at least with the MH3 play boosters, you're getting the full complement of 36 packs. A lot of ball game left. I'm thinking we should see between 6 and 8 mythics. Although I've had some boxes that like really went off and like had like 3 foil mythic boxes, which was pretty crazy and very cool. Foil rare, Flare of Duplication. All right, the Flare cycle never really took off, but I actually am a fan of this card. It's probably only a couple of dollars, but it feels actually kind of underplayed. Like, red is a cheap creature. That's a cheap creature color. Ooh, what do we have back there? Oh, it's Haragast. Man, we're not doing well in the mythic so far, are we? All right. Haragast Erupting Nullkite. Sure, that is a mythic. It is not going to be one of your more valuable mythics, unfortunately. Warm Power Stone, Cycle for Release, Bespoke Battle Wagon, Wumpus. All right. So far, the MH2 mythic is actually carrying us. And I don't even know what Subtlety's worth anymore. But at least as a special guest, it's fine. All the elementals. Man, the Evoke elementals from MH2. So busted. Ooh, is that a... Yeah, all right. There we go. As I mentioned, Heath is probably the least valuable of the fetches in this set, but I'm here for all of them. I need more. I want more. We like fetch lands. We do not turn away fetch lands around here. Very cool. All right. Thinking we should be seeing around like 2 to 3 fetch lands per play booster, but I've seen less, and I've also what's the most I've seen? Maybe 5. All right. Don't mind those at all, though. Serpadian Simulacrum, Invert Polarity, kind of a messed up spell. Counters it at the very least, and I yank your stuff at the most. Cool. All right, we have a retro mythic. It is Recruiter of the Guard. I actually don't mind this at all. Recruiter of the Guard spiked up really high at one point. Got up to like 15, 18 bucks, and I unloaded all mine because I was like, all right, that seems fine. They're back down, but it is still like a fairly good mythic. I want to say it's like for the base copy, like 5 to 7. So, retro might be still around there. I will absolutely take that though. Especially considering our other 2 mythics were Omo and Haragast. All right, Vexing Bauble. Bauble had some value at one point. Since caught a legacy ban. Now it's, I don't know, $1 or so. $1 or $2 maybe. All right, approaching the end of our first third of our box. We are at 4 mythics already and 2 fetch lands, which is a good place to be. One of the things I really do enjoy about MH3 is that there's a very strong presence of valuable rares in the set, which to me is generally the hallmark of a good set. Is when you have, you want to have value in the mythics, right? But a lot of sets just end up being very top heavy, where it's like, oh, well, you get a couple of the top end mythics, and if you don't, then you feel real sad about stuff. But if you have a consistent amount of, like, a high value floor in your rares, that really helps make a set. All right, Static Prison, good uncommon. Power Balance, sure, why not? Crick, Son of Yawgmoth. Hey, Consign to Memory, sweet. I think Consign's, like, again, between $3 or $4. It got up to like 6 to 7 at one point. Fleshraker is also quite an uncommon. Quite an uncommon indeed. Okay. So aside from fetch lands, what are the other rares? Arena of Glory is what, like 10 still? I think Psychic Frog's like 7. Nacaronis is like 6 to 8. 6 is probably like 6. There is Primal Prayers, sure. At least a fun rare. Reform, Waterlog Teachings, Unstable Amulet, Ghostfire, Twisted Riddle Keeper. Sure. All right, last pack of the first third of the box. So far, doing okay. Kind of swung and missed on the first two mythics, one of them being a foil Omo for some awful reason. But we do have a couple of fetch lands. And we did get a recruiter and a subtlety. Alright. Mythic. Hey, Netherglyph. Okay. Netherglyph is like 6 to 7. This thing was like 15 at one point. A lot of the mythics have come down. I think there's like 24 mythics in this set when I last checked. I think 14 of them are below $5. So that does kind of tell you, again, we're a little top heavy, but I'm not upset about Netherglyph. I will absolutely take that. Meteoric Mace, Bogart Trawler, Dreadmobile. Yeah. Okay. Overall, solid first third of the box. Like, got a couple of the good rares, but honestly, if you're hitting a couple of good mythics in there and you've got room for rares, not a bad place to be. Hopefully, still live for a borderless foil, or borderless, good rare or mythic as well. All right, quest for the Necropolis. Rare is Imscure Iron Eater, followed by a Guide of Souls. I think Guide of Souls is still like $3. Pretty solid there. Victimize. Copy Crook. Sure, that'll do it there. Okay. What's another good rare? Kozilek's Command? I think Kozilek's Command's still like 6 to 8. And then there's the green card that spiked back up that I cannot remember the rare. It's a reprint. Sack of land, give all your stuff hexproof. Hey, there we go. Speak of the Frog. Sweet. Psychic Frog. Was actually more valuable. Caught a legacy ban because this card is pretty busted. But is still a very good card, and I am happy to see it. I think Frog is still like 6-ish. Urza's Incubator. There's one of those good rares. They think Incubator is still sitting around 12 as well. One of the more valuable non-fetch land rares. So, rare's doing a lot of heavy lifting so far. Oops, that's the wrong pile. Here we go. Another Malevolent Rumble. Alright. Incubator Frog, Medallion, Emperor, Guide of Souls. Yeah, not bad. Alright, Fledgling Dragon. Rare is White of the Reliquary. Annoyed Out the Sore. Fell the Profane. There we go. That's $4 to $5. Moving right along. Tameo and Ocelot Pride are the top of, I think Ocelot Pride is still like 35. I think Tameo is like 28. I also wouldn't mind a Flage. Flage is way down now, but I wouldn't mind pulling one. Alright, Drowner of Truth. Nope, there's the rare. It is Archway of Innovation. Meltdown, pretty good uncommon. Okay. Ugin's Labyrinth, as I mentioned, would be another good one I would not mind seeing. Phyrexian Tower as well. Those are the wants. Nightshade. We have a mythic. It is Ashling. Yeah, alright. Ashling, not a particularly valuable mythic. It's fine. Junk Diver. Corum, there's another commander mythic. Yay! Yep. Alright. I'm a little worried that we're also running out of real estate with our mythics. We are at 7, albeit one of them was a foil and one of them was a special guest. So if you kind of take those out of the mix, we'd be at 5. About halfway through the box. Expel the Unworthy. Rare is Genku, Future Shaper. Cephaloid Coliseum. Hey, Sinking a Stupor. There we go. Stupor is still $7+. Marionette Apprentice, pretty good card as well. Pretty good uncommon. Alright. If we're going to totally bottom out on mythics, which we kind of have so far if Nethergoyth and Recruiter are our two most valuable, we're going to need a lot more... We're going to need a lot more fetch lands to dry our tears here. Alright, Kozilek's Unsealing as a foil uncommon. Oh, Oh, hey, actually, that is a really good hit. Warren Soul Trader is also one of the more valuable rares in the set, behind Polluted Delta and Bloodstained Mire. And the borderless, I think the regular version is like $12. I think the borderless version might be 20 plus. So that is actually a really spicy hit for us. Love to see that. Also, quite a magic card. All right. Kind of needed that one. Like I said, if we're going to whiff on the mythics, you're going to need a lot more help from the rares. And that is a really good start for that. Again, and this is like kind of what I was going back to with my point. One of the things that I find to be endearing about this set is that there is a lot of value at the rare level. And you're going to get more shots at rares, right? And if you have a bunch of rares that have value, then you're not so reliant on mythics to actually foil rare. Winter Moon. There's a card that was a lot of speculation on this card before the set came out and didn't quite do anything, did it? It's our second foil rare of the box. The other one was Flare of Duplication, which I actually don't mind too much. Thief of Existence. That's gonna do it there. Yeah, that's okay. You know, like I said, if it would feel a lot worse if like there was only a handful of, you know, rares in the set that were $5 or $6, and then you're like, well, if I don't hit any of the big mythics, I'm in real trouble. All right, Tune the Narrative. Rare is Roshin, our second Roshin. Sure. Shrieking Drake. Hey, Witch Enchanter. Double Witch Enchanter. Very nice. Okay. 3 packs left in this middle column. Can I get another fetch land? That would be swell. Alright. Eva Witness. Rare is... How about a regular Warren Soul Trader? Excuse me. I do not mind that at all. I don't mind another Warren Soul Trader. As I mentioned, I think the regular one's like $12. Sylvan Safekeeper, by the way. That's the card I can't remember. I could not remember the name of the green card. Sylvan Safekeeper is like a $9 to $10 card now. So that's pretty good. All right, 2 packs left in this middle column. All right, Phyrexian Ironwork, sure. Rare is Kozilek's Command. Sweet. Another pretty good rare. I think Command is like still, what, 6 to 7-ish? Followed by an Emerald Medallion. Emerald Medallion is going to be down there. That and Pearl are, I believe, below $3. Second Consign to Memory, though. Don't hate that. Okay. Yeah. Uncommon's doing their thing, right? Yep. There's probably 9, 7, 16, 20, maybe like $26 worth of uncommons right there. Something like that. All right. Foil Forest. Cranial Ram. There we go. Sweet. So we've hit 3 fetch lands, and we've hit the 2 most valuable, with Delta being like 15, 16, and Mire being, I think, like 14, 15. So big for us. And, oh, there we go. Had to have it. A mythic that is contributing out of the reprint slot, no less. That is Phyrexian Tower. I think Tower's like 18 to 20 still. I'm not mad. I'll take all the Phyrexian Towers I can get my hands on. Thank you. And just like that. That was the last pack of the middle row. And just like that, this box looks very different very quickly, right? Now 3 fetch lands with the Bloodstained Mire and the Delta. Phyrexian Tower in there as well. Double Soul Trader plus a Kozilek's Command. All right, we now head into the last third of the box. And now we are actually doing pretty reasonably well, despite really not connecting on any of the mythics aside from now the Tower. And I don't know what Subtlety's at anymore, but I don't think Subtlety's seeing a ton of play anymore. Jolted Awake, the Necro Bloom, Crabomination, another Bauble. Okay. Moving right along. And again, I remember Recruiter of the Guard. It did spike up to like 15 to 17 or something like that at one point. I unloaded all the ones I had, so I'm actually not unhappy about getting one. They've come back down to earth, but we got another borderless rare. It is Abstruse Appropriation. Not a big value target there, but that's fine. So, you know, whatever. We'll take it. Barbarian Ring, Strength, Battle Mage. Bolt. All right. So we have hit a Retro Roshin, our 2 foil rares so far, although I have seen these boxes produce more than a couple foils, foil rare / mythics per box. But Wintermoon and Flare of Duplication, which are kind of not the worst rares to still get, even if they're not super uber valuable. And then a Borderless Abstruse Appropriation. 4 fetch land. It is a Flooded Strand. Not unhappy about that. Well, Strand's got to be like $12 or so, right? That I will absolutely take. Very, very nice. Definitely take a 4 fetch land box. If we can actually get a Wooded Foothills and go for the cycle, wouldn't be mad about that. Say that. For whatever it's worth, we do have 8 mythics. Don't ask me if they're 8 good mythics, but they're 8 mythics there. Next up, Echoes of Eternity. A lot of hype around this card when it first came out. And of course, it is still really good, but it is purely in a colorless strategy. So it has its limitations, right? Nesting Ground, Stump Stomp. All right. Necro Dominance. We got another mythic. Necro Dominance may be a mythic I really like, but it is not seeing a lot of play, and it is way down on value. I think this thing's down to like $2 or $3. On the other hand, if you like this card, now's a really good time to pick them up because they are super cheap. I do like it as a mythic. It's just we have to call it what it is. It's not a big value target, right? It is, like I said, they're like $2 to $3 right now. Detectives Phahonyx. Hey, Sylvan Safekeeper, nice. So we got the Detectives Phoenix, and we got the Sylvan Safekeeper right behind that. And again, I think these are sitting between 8 and 10. Pretty good. Mogmob. Okay. Well, this is going to be an interesting box because, you know, if we don't connect on any of like the $25 plus mythics, we're leaning heavily on the rares, but I think we actually did really good on the rares as well. Shifting Woodlands, very nice. Another one of the rares, the part of the rare land cycles. I think the only one that's really carrying any value. I think this is like $5 to $6. That is really off center, by the way. Look at that. That's wild. All right, but again, I think it is like $5 to $6, and I don't mind having another copy of those. I think I only have 1 or 2, so pretty okay with that. That is not bad. What do we got? Like 6 packs left. Tamiyo or Ocelot Pride. That would really top this box off for me. Or, you know, more fetch lands. Kudo. Kudo to you as well. Junk Diver. Yeah, okay. Ooh, I thought that was going to be foil uncommon, like Consigned to Memory or something. It was not. Disruptor Flute. Mace. Yep. Kozilek's Unsealing again. All right. Moving right along. 4 packs left. Would the Wooded Foothills like to come out and play? Cat Warrior. Hope Ender Quathole. That is a Borderless Archway of Innovation. So we got another Borderless rare. Not a particularly strong one, unfortunately. But it do be like that sometimes. Followed by a Buried Alive. I love me some Buried Alive. Sundering Eruption, pretty good card as well. Sundering Eruption, what is that? Seeing Legacy play? 3 packs left. Oh, let's go! Very, very nice. It is another foil rare, and it's a really good one. That is a foil Polluted Delta. Not a big markup on just like the regular. Like if this was like a borderless or a retro foil, there would be a pretty nice multiplier on it. Not so much on the base copy, but you know what? Don't care. If you're going to give me a $16 foil, you know, fetch land, that is seriously no complaints. That's beautiful. Beautiful double polluted Delta box. Pearl after that. Deserted Temple after that. That is a really good way to wind this box down. Very, very nice. Absolutely will take that. Okay, 2 packs left. Really happy with that. That was very unexpected. White Orchid Phantom. Did have some hype when the set first came out. Didn't really pan out. Annoyed Alphasaur. Another Felder Profane. Doubling up on the Felder Profanes. Sweet. Brain Surge, Wombat. So at this point, we have 2 Consigned Memories, 2 Witch Enchanters, 2 Felder Profanes. Can we get a second Sink into Stupor in this pack? Last pack of the box. Foil common, sure. It is rare, and it is a Null Drifter. Null Drifter is a solid card, though. Not bad. Alright, so that's it. Single pack, or single rare pack. And no double stupor, which is also fine. Okay, well, so we're going to obviously see how this value shakes out, and I think we're going to end up doing pretty well overall. And that's interesting because we really didn't kill it on the mythics, right? Like, rares straight up carrying us with 5 fetch lands, Safekeeper, Kozilek's Command, double Warden Soul Trader, one of them being Borderless. That really helps. Incubator, Psychic Frog, and a bunch of $3 to $5 rares as well. Phyrexian Tower, clearly our biggest hit, and I think, again, Tower might be as low as 15. I'm going to say it's like 18-ish, 17, 18-ish. Nethergoy's probably like 6 to 7. Recruiter, who knows, like 5 for the regular copy. Retro might be a little add-on there. And I'll have to double-check the subtlety. So, like, we really didn't connect in most of the mythics. And as I did mention, like, I think there's 24 mythics, and when I last checked, 14 of them were below $5. So there is a lot of swing and miss there. But also just knowing that, like, Tamio was out there, Hugin's Labyrinth was out there, Ocelot Pride was out there. So we definitely didn't connect on any of the top tier stuff. And yet, I have a feeling this box is still going to look pretty good overall. So, again, one of those reasons I really like MH3. There's plenty of reason for me to keep coming back. I needed more fetch lands anyway. A lot of good, strong rares. So, anyways, that's going to do it for me today, though. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button for me. Hit the like button for me. And by all means, drop me some comments. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much, everybody. And be well.